Hi guys, we're getting ready to do the water element. So the water element is your emotional, the deep psyche, the subconscious. That's what the water represents. When we're talking about elements, you could have water in your birth chart. If you don't, that doesn't mean this won't resonate. And if you do, it doesn't mean it necessarily will. It depends on which area we're focusing on here. After my break, I've just started thinking a lot about like how collective all these messages really are. Um, and most people have these elements in their chart, but we're regardless made of all these elements. So it's just if you happen to run across the video and it does resonate with you, it was meant for you. If not, then it wasn't. I'm just doing elements because I took a break and it was nice to have a little break. I needed it. I'm pulling just some oracles. So we're just going to start. I got these portals of presence, and this is Deborah Koff Chapin does these decks, the Soul Cards 1 and Soul Cards 2, and these, which these are like faces. So I'm just going to see what kind of energy I get from the art and the picture on this card. And we're going to look at the bottom too. Oh, this is like a wisdom. I almost am getting that. Oh, and this is the card that fell. There's almost like a real seriousness or a numbness to this. I don't know how else to describe the energy I'm getting from this. This gives me that sad, there's like sorrow here, but there's also like really like wisdom beyond what's happening in the current moment. And I also feel that kind of with this kind of, and it kind of has a mermaid kind of look to it, like a kind of alienish presence to it. So there's like a star being energy or a ocean being energy to this. We are going to get more on that and see what else comes out here. Water energy. So the water signs of the zodiac are Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And if you have that in your chart, these may resonate more with you. And like I said, if not, that's fine too. This is definitely there has been an energy of like kind of knowing beyond, like a knowing beyond what you're seeing, kind of seeing through stuff. That's kind of been a continuing message through these readings. And we got suffering in silence. I was kind of feeling that. I didn't want to like start out, but that's kind of what I'm feeling like, especially with this card. It's like knowing something, but not really being able to control or change the way things are. But that's wisdom, you know, knowing that you can't change things and kind of understanding that there's just things you can't change and things you can't influence and things that are beyond your control. I am feeling that with your guys' reading. And that could be this like kind of alienish being too, is kind of, there's like a real, it's hard to find the words for what I'm feeling. It's like seeing through something, knowing something. And both these characters' mouths are sealed and quiet. It's like you're not talking about something because maybe it doesn't matter what is said, or maybe you know there's nothing to say about whatever it is that you know, or whatever. You're just kind of there, present. I'm feeling like a feeling of not being able to change the world, change people. I'm feeling like that kind of sorrow, like almost a defeated energy. I hate that word, because defeated, I just don't believe we are ever defeated unless we defeat ourselves, basically. Material and spiritual prosperity. Next. Oh, this one's going to be, sorry, I messed these up. Suffering in silence. It's like knowing something, knowing you have to wait for something or something. Then there's light. And finally, we have some of these energies facing me. Otherwise, their backs have been turned, but there is like this feeling of waiting for something really good to happen, maybe around your material or spiritual success, or the feeling of having succeeded spiritually or materialistically, or both. All of it. Like, I'm feeling like a big life energy here. This hermit energy, it's just sitting there and just knowing you got to wait for the sun to rise. You got to wait for something, and there may just be a knowing that there's nothing more you can do about something besides just wait. And it may feel like suffering or prolonged, like, yeah. Let's see here. Moving on. You know, I feel like there could be some waiting for some past, like, how do I put that? Some past impression, some past energy that you're waiting to clear, or waiting to move on from. And there's still kind of a feeling of it lingering, like a energy lingering. Temptation. And as I was saying that, you know, this temptation is this, it's kind of like the devil energy. It's like feeling something holding you back. It's like a feeling of feeling silenced, feeling like you can't move, feeling like you can't quite reach that place that you've been working hard to reach. But there is like this other presence that's really like, it's not speaking to you. It's not, it's almost like, I feel like an authority. This is that Emperor energy on the bottom. We are going to go ahead and get a couple of these. It's feeling like you want to move away from this energy, but it just, there seems to be this, this could be a physical temptation or something. It could be your own fears. It could be just that feeling of feeling held back and constricted in your belief systems, your anything, your physical world, like materially or financially. But I'm feeling this is very spiritual with this. It's like time. Yes, moving on and time. It's like you've been waiting for something to happen for you here, to move on into a different, some victory, some overcoming something, overcoming some kind of shadowy energy, some kind of past shadow that still lingers. And it kind of just feels like it's there and it's never going away. It feels kind of, like I said, defeated or hopeless. Gosh, I hope you guys aren't feeling hopeless, because there's always hope, and we always just keep working towards our goals, no matter what those goals are, whether it's spiritual. And we got wish, the light and the wish, and then the temptation. Okay, so I am feeling like this devil energy, or this temptation, is really, it's interesting because he has this orb of light that reminds me of this dandelion. And it's like, almost like a feeling here of not wanting to dream, not wanting to wish for any more, not wanting to, just kind of sitting with what you have and being silent about, like, you're not okay with something here, but it's like, I have to be, like, I have to wait. I have to wait for things to come in. I have to wait for, there's a patience here. And then we got mystery for something here, that mystery. That's interesting. Let's get a overall main energy here. there is a wanting to move on into a much better, warmer place. Maybe even more passionate place. The devil energy always isn't bad, you guys. It's just got to be careful with how much we indulge in anything, but even our wishes and our dreams. And that's what I feel like almost like there's this feeling of like, I've wished, I've dreamed, I've, you know, but then it's like, but nothing's happening. Like there's this feeling of needing to be happy, be satisfied with what you have. And that may not feel good if you want more, if you wish for more. And that could be the temptation to want more and not settle where you're at and be appreciative of what you have. And we got accomplishment. So this is abundance, fullness, satisfaction, and a personal achievement. Yeah, there's already been, I feel like, a lot achieved here, but I feel like you just want more. And I feel like that is, that's a hard energy to move past, is wanting more, wanting it better. You know, nothing's wrong with striving for better and wanting more and better in your life, unless it becomes the feeling of feeling defeated all the time because it's never reachable. Manifestation, evidence, revelation, and materializing into form. So right now, there is a quiet energy here, and that's probably good because I do feel like you're in really strong manifestation energy. And it's important to keep looking forward and keep looking towards the light, not the dark, not the shadows that are lingering, if there is. Because I feel like you're on the brink right now between something really positive and moving forward and staying kind of in this place of kind of waiting. You know, I feel like there is some waiting here happening, and that could be discouraging. But I also feel like it's easy to give in to quick, it's like, okay, so I also look at like temptation as like instant gratification, you know, wanting something too quickly, when it takes time for things to unfold, and it takes time for seeds to be planted, and it takes time for things to manifest. I feel like there's a waiting here, and it's discouraging and it's frustrating, and but I feel like you know this, you're wise beyond this, and you may even be having this really strong energy of keeping quiet with the way you're feeling, because you know, when we think stuff and we say stuff, it's like that much closer to manifesting. So it's really important about the words we say, the things we are looking at, the things we are giving our energy to. It does take time for these things. It feels like something big. It feels like something spiritual. If it isn't, it could be something material in your life that you're waiting to manifest, waiting to come to. So let's go ahead. Okay, so I'm going to get one of these real quick here. See what else we get about this. The silence, you know, there is a quietness to this. There's a waiting. There's maybe some irritation or some frustration and some temptation in wanting things to go faster or to be done waiting. Maybe giving up, you know, that feeling of giving up on something that's a huge wish or a huge goal of yours because it's not happening. Ooh. Yeah, this is interesting. Okay, so this deck, it hasn't, it's weird because when I first got it, I never really looked through it, like the whole deck and stuff. But the images give me a different message than like the book does. But I've been reading just a little part of the book through these readings, through these element readings, and it's actually fitting into the readings quite well. But I am feeling that like there's this, this cloak of like, I am feeling that darkness again, that shadow. She's wearing this dark dress, and this dark bird is looming like it is her. And I don't know, there's just this energy to this reading. I'm going to read just a little part of this, 65. It'll kind of say what the card's meaning is. But I am getting an interesting energy with the water reading here. Broken wings, yes. I'm feeling that the spiritual fall of not being able to get back close to the light after being consumed in such a dark place for so long. A couple songs have been standing out to me too recently. And, I have a water moon, water sun. There's a lot of water in my chart, and I'm a very emotional and psychological person. I'm pretty in the water energy. And it's just this feeling of working so hard to reach that place of like warmth and purity and clarity with the universe, with God, with yourself. And then still feeling like there's always this temptation here of the earth of kind of holding us back from achieving that really close union. I'm feeling that with this card with the broken wings. It's like almost feeling like I'm not going to be able to fly that far. I'm not going to be able to go that far. I'm this close to giving up on what it is my soul is yearning for. That's what I'm feeling. So I'm going to read just the little thing with this, but this is so spiritual. It feels very spiritual. Sweet blackbird doesn't sing. Let me lay within your wings. They said we could never be, but your darkness feeds the light in me. Oh, this is a huge reminder from spirit, your highest self right now. Everybody who's in this energy, that even though you've experienced some dark things among this earth, you are still a spiritual being. That's interesting. That the spiritual being, you're still a light being, you're still a spiritual being. And if anything, that darkness has brought you a bunch of wisdom and a bunch of knowing that the light still shines within you, and it still radiates off of you. And yeah, I am feeling that with the crown. I'm feeling like from this card, like that Jesus energy too. With the crown, I'm feeling that the pain, kind of the suffering of knowing, there's something bigger and brighter, and it's just maybe not visible to everybody or everything, but this says, they said we would never be, but your darkness feeds the light in me. That's interesting. So when I think about spirituality or God or getting closer to our true energetic selves, are the truth of our energy, the truth of what we are, and I think of God, I think, we kind of are the darkness of that light, but we do show through our being how resilient, there's a lot of light that does come out of the darkness, a lot of hope, faith, love, forgiveness, diligence. There's just so much good stuff that comes from fighting. And I don't mean fighting like fighting in a bad way. I mean fighting for your truth, your absolute truth. Fly me high and away in love, so here we can no longer stay. Yes, it's like getting swept away by that, like spiritual. And we got the light, and then we got temptation right next to each other. It's really interesting. It is really interesting. And then we got this like dandelion right in between. It's like, what do you wish for? Like there's this really feeling of, and then this says material and spiritual prosperity. And it's like, man, can I have them both, or do I have to choose? Because there is this temptation of like when we dive into like our earth matters and our earth things, of the spirituality kind of, I don't want to say it fades or goes anywhere, but we're just pay less attention to the spiritual part of living here, and we're paying more attention to the material part of living here. And that is the temptation that kind of can take us away from reaching for that lighter place within and around us. So that is really nice. That is a really strong message I'm getting about this, that even though there is shadow, we are showing light. We are shining light, even though we feel the shadows. So I feel like that is kind of a sacrifice. When you see, you feel how do I put this? You feel the shadow because you've been through it. You feel the darkness because you know it's there. But you shine the light because you know it's there. The darkness is there, and you know what needs to be seen more of, you know what needs to be experienced more of because of what you've went through, because of what you've seen, even if it was troublesome. So that is a message I'm getting, and it says we are all humans. So if you strip away all things pertaining to our status, riches, or fame, what do you actually see? I love that. Oh, I love this. Unfortunately, yeah, so there could be some just stuff you're witnessing, and you know it's just not of the light, and it just feels like tempting to get drawn into like the worldly stuff. And it says it's a reality check because we are all naked in a room together with nowhere to hide. All of us would feel vulnerable at this point. Everything is revealed, and we all know perfection doesn't exist. So why do some think they are so much better than others? Don't they realize we're all facing our own individual challenges while trying to remain in harmony with others? Oh, I love that. The world could use more kindness and understanding of others, even if we disagree with their lifestyle choices. Ultimately, what's right for us may not be suitable for them, and vice versa. One shouldn't stereotype others prematurely. Let time and their actions be what builds our perspective of them. I love that. So it's not, what you've been through. It is how you're shining now. It is what you're reaching for now. It is where you're moving into now. It's not, that's a really good message. So I'm not going to go further more into that, but I'm going to get a couple of these soul cards to go with this interesting light being, which kind of reminds me of like a fish, but like a mermaid type energy. But it's definitely not of this world. It's like another being. With this person, all this light, there's like tons of energy coming out of the crown chakra right now. I feel like you may feel a little disconnected or hopeless even right now, water energy, but you're not. You're very connected, and you may want to listen to music. You may want to work on your creative things. Take this feeling and turn it into something creative and constructive. And there is an angel there. There is a being helping to guide you, listen to you, and it feels connected. It feels very connected. I just feel like there's a feeling of waiting for something here that's just yeah, kind of waiting to be seen. And that was interesting because it says in that last card I read, if we all could just be seen, we're all in a room naked and vulnerable, and we all aren't perfect. And I feel like there's a waiting to be seen here, maybe for some talent, some just maybe your spiritual like being, just be seen for exactly who you are, not like the fleshy part, the material part, but like this other energy. Just kind of waiting to be seen, but it's being seen through what it grows, not actually being seen itself. And that is our spiritual energy. Oh gosh, look at this. There is this energy throughout this reading, you guys, of this stuff coming out of the head. There's tree branches coming out here. It's being connected to this tree of life, being connected to this spiritual and the physical at the same time. That's the feeling. I feel like you're trying to be connected to that material and spiritual prosperity, not just one or the other, that balance between them both. And then there's just like, and this also gives me always a feeling like we're connected to like our ancestors, our DNA, like everything. This is a really big energy, and the eyes are shut once again, and there's just the mouths are shut. Nobody's mouth is open here. It's just, there's a lot of backs facing me. And maybe that's how you feel right now. If this resonates with you, like there's backs facing you all the time. And you're looking at the sun. You're looking at the sun. And it's like the only thing that you see and sees you. And it feels very lonely. Let's get one more. Yeah, so just moving through this energy, moving past this And those are in other people's like energies they're sending out too. Like, it's interesting. I'm just getting this feeling of not wanting to talk to people. Maybe not necessarily even because there's a knowing here or an understanding that there's no one really here that to talk to. That you're kind of just being patient and waiting for that perfect moment when you're just seen or understood for like everything you are and everybody you are and all the things that make you your connection. Maybe you're waiting for your connection to see, and it's not that we aren't seen by our by the universe. We are very seen. Sometimes that's the only thing we know for sure sees us. Sometimes it feels like humans don't always see us. I do feel that. All right, so let's go ahead and get let's get one of these here. Accomplishment. So you are working on something. You are accomplishing some kind of balance here with the material and spiritual. But maybe it's kind of a bittersweet. It's a little bittersweet. But I feel like the universe sees you, God sees you, Spirit sees you doing the work, being a part of something here. Yes, the lion here, power. I was feeling this. I was feeling that lion, that, oh. And it's power, using your power. Definitely, I'm going to read the little part of that also. This is the Energy Archaeology deck. Power. True power in this world is not power over nature or power over people, but power within yourself. That's a great card for this reading, because immediately from the beginning I was feeling like you felt powerless or defeated. I'm like, there's things you just can't control, and there's a divine timing in play here for this spiritual light to not just enter, but to be seen by others, to not just which is in each of us. So that's also to see each of us in our spiritual light. And it's there's just a feeling here. And this, the elements are water and air. Centered and judicious is in balance, and grasping, deceitful, and false is out of balance. It's the finger and the toe, and it's translated vibrationally through the Fibonacci spiral. Each bone in the third finger and toe acts to translate this vibration. True power in this world is not power over nature or power over people, but power within yourself. The world around you and your experiences in life will shape the stories you tell. How you feel about power and how the frequency of power flows through your fingers and takes up residence in your core. I love that. This is really just a reminder here that even though we don't have power over others or nature, we do have power within ourselves about what the stories we say, the words we speak, the energy we put into certain things. It's just a real reminder to be mindful about where you're putting your energy, because that is where you're planting your seeds, and it is manifesting. And that is a very strong connection, actually. So let's go ahead and get these. Power. Upheaval. Earth changes. I love this because I've been feeling this. Earth changes. It's just everything is shifting right now, and that's why it's just you're kind of waiting, sitting back and watching and seeing what kind of changes are happening. But there's nothing really to say or do about any of it except for just have control over yourself during this kind of energy. It's kind of like Wheel of Fortune energy and Tower energy. You know, it's meant to happen. Everything's meant to change, and it is changing. And there may be an impatience behind it. I'm awaiting that's some people are like loving and waiting for this earth changing shift, but then some people are afraid of it too, because they are used to the old structures and the old ways and the old belief systems, and there's a lot going on right now, you guys. So I am going to go ahead and read this earth changes real quick. Stress, pressure, and tension lead to sudden shakeups and ruptures of the old status quo, and balance by a release of energy and shocks displaces, disrupts, and destroys. Radical reorganization ensues, even death, often gradual until extinction. Prepare and prevent seismic events on their way. Watch your eco footprint. That's what I'm feeling. The shadow, like it's still there, but how we bring it with us, how we bring it forward matters right now. There is kind of a weird feeling here of just really being mindful right now about that light and that temptation, and the two things getting just kind of sitting back and choosing to keep looking at the light and not looking at that. It doesn't mean it isn't there. We know it's there. We know that the temptations are there. We know the darkness is there. We know, but we can just keep holding on to our roots, keep our heads connected, our crown chakras connected to our spiritual highest selves, and our bodies are connected to this earth. And I feel that is the definite, like, kind of dividing feeling here, but it's all one. And the way we use our body and our spirituality matters here. So that is a big thing. If you have been, if you're at this part in your journey yet, or ever, this is a great message about that. And I've been feeling it. I know a lot of people are feeling it that are here. Realize that you are a behemoth, perhaps an alien on this planet, and that the biggest agent of earth change is you, the human. Oh my God, I might cry, you guys. Like, wow. I was feeling this. This is powerful. This is that human with that angelic or that spiritual connection, that universal connection. And there is a kind of a sad sorrow in thinking, I can't change this. I can't fix this. I can't make this better. I can't make other people see everything I know. I can't, no, but you can really, really know that you are showing light from the shadow. You are here in this, and this is the being. This is the alien being. I was like, where does this person come in here? It's interesting. It's just so powerful, you guys, this energy. And I've been feeling it too. And I'm just like, man, do I want to do readings? Like, I don't even know. Like, and I'm always like, well, you know what? I started doing readings like to really get a cohesive message, not only for myself, but I thought these messages could be helpful to others also. And if I can help somebody, that'd be awesome. But it's helped me more than you know. Just recognize and get within my own psyche, my own pains, my own, like, just the emotions I feel, and the messages I get are just helpful. And sometimes, you know, they make you think, but it is powerful, you guys. So let's get 3 words to close up this reading. Earth changes. I've been feeling this earth change, and it is a big one, you guys. And we're probably, I haven't even looked at like what the planets are doing right now, but I'm pretty sure we're going through some, at least, or this could be like the which we have been for what we do always, but there's been a lot of big changes this last couple years, and I think we're all waiting to see how the dust settles and see the sun come out here. And on top of it, it's winter, at least in my parts. I'm ready for summer. I'm ready for that energy change. I'm ready for life to come back here to the Midwest here and, you know, be like, oh, yes. Okay, so practicality was the first word. Better to have it and not need it. And that is that being prepared and adapted for usefulness. Focus on reality rather than theory or appearance. And then we got, oh, it's nice. Profundity. Profundity. And it is truth is stranger than fiction. Depth of knowledge, having great insight, wisdom beyond intellect. That's what I'm feeling with this card. There's just something here, a knowing, kind of, for maybe it's frustrating, maybe it's discouraging, but I feel like Spirit's coming in strong for us right now, you guys, and saying, don't be discouraged. Remember, you are this energy in a body, and you're here to do this work. And even if it feels, and then we got prudence. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Yeah, better to have it than not to have it. Be prepared. because luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So the opportunity might be lucky, but the fact that you're prepared is your doing. So keep preparing for your wishes and your dreams and whatever those are, you guys, to come to. Don't get discouraged. Don't get sucked in by the, and it says discipline in management of affairs and allocation of attention and resources. Paying attention to how you're using your energy, where you're putting it, all that, you guys. We've got a lot of pretty green and blue colors here. That's really a nice message. Okay, water, that is what I got for you guys. So just remember, you know, this is a really powerful reading today, you guys. So I hope that that helps somebody. And as usual, I always appreciate you guys coming and watching your readings. I appreciate your likes and subscribes. And, you know, I haven't done a reading for a while, but I don't feel like I need it. For one, I needed it. But for two, I just feel like the energies recently, I've just kind of been not very allowing. There's just a lot going on right now. A lot that doesn't necessarily need the external input or energy put towards it, because things are really changing right now and people are doing their work. But I did want to do the elements and not be so specific, because there's a lot going on right now in just the earth energy, like what's happening here on the earth, not individually. And none of these readings are ever individual readings, you guys. And to be honest, an individual reading is your own. It's your own in-depth stuff. And it's just good to do those for yourself too, if you do cards and stuff, because you can really do the real serious, truthful digging with yourself. When you're by yourself. But this is always stuff to think about, and always stuff to, and I do feel like these cards come out for a reason at certain times, and I get called to do readings at certain times. I feel like right now it's just one of those times where I was like, yeah, we need a little message here, you know. So I hope it helped. And once again, thank you for coming, and I will talk to you later.